It is Monday, May 20th, and I wrote a little over 1,300 words today. This is Wrigley. He does not want me to film without him. He got a little bit upset that I was down here and not spending any time with him. So he's going to be a special guest star today. So yeah, I wrote on my lunch break, and I write for about 50 minutes. I think today I pushed it to about 55, and I was able to get 1,300 words, which is a fair amount for me, especially for less than an hour. I think part of it was figuring out exactly what the scene needed to be and what needed to happen in the scene. This is finishing out something that I was working on Friday, and it just came very, very easily and very quickly, and I was really happy with what I was. It just came very easily and very freely, and I was really happy with what we were writing. He was not helping me. He could have. You could have helped me write, Wrigley. He wasn't work with me. Couldn't have helped. I think it helps that I was in the middle of a scene, so when I picked up, I kind of knew what needed to happen. But it came out really well, and I'm really happy with the direction this book is going. I don't really know what's going to happen next, but I have some ideas, and we'll see if any of them get followed through on. One of the things I also did today is I started to take notes on where I want the book to go, and then I deleted them because I kind of want them to just stay in my head, and whatever I remember and whatever I retain from my ideas, I want those to be the ones that carry forward, and for the other ones just to fall by the wayside. If I have an idea that I'm not wild about, I don't want to write it down. And that's really not how I usually write, and I think that is definitely an exercise in, I've talked about how I've been building myself up to be more of a planner. Oh, I guess we're done. You want this? You want this? Which again is very unlike what I've been doing with my other novel, with the Wizard novel. With the Wizard novel, I've been outlining it and making careful steps to make sure I know exactly what's going to happen in every scene and how it fits into the characters' arcs and all of that. I'm doing the complete opposite with the library novel. I'm really trying to let it happen as organically as I possibly can. So these two novels are going to be very different in my approach, and I'm going to be very curious how they turn out. Again, I'm not sure when I'm going to start drafting the Wizard novel. Probably I'm thinking about maybe doing that in Camp NaNoWriMo in July, depending on how this novel is, if I'm done with this one. Because I don't know how long it's going to be, but we'll see. We'll see how many words I can get in every day. I'm going to try to write tomorrow, but my girlfriend is having her wisdom teeth out, so it just depends on if I can get some writing done at the dentist's office. So I will let you know. See you in a second. It is Wednesday. I didn't do any writing yesterday, but two things happened today. One, I found out that no one likes this shirt, which I kind of suspected. But the other thing is that I wrote 2,249 words. So that was a lot. My girlfriend, who had her wisdom teeth out yesterday, it went pretty well. She's in some pain. I tried to do some writing at the dentist's office, but I didn't really factor in the fact that dentist's office have like TVs also going, and it's a little distracting. I had a hard time. I didn't bring any headphones or anything to use to filter out sounds. And there were other dentist's office wisdom tooth surgery sounds that were also a little difficult to ignore. I figured out some names for the characters. I figured out the antagonist's name, which is going to be very helpful going forward. I wrote a whole scene with one of the characters, the main character's sister, and then I wrote this whole second one, and they were, I was really happy with them and happy with the things I was discovering as I was writing them about both characters. And what I sort of did, and I sort of figured out, this is what I was doing on Monday as well, I kind of, for these introductory chapters, I wrote until I really liked the character. Once the scene was over, I was like, all right, I really need to like this person. I don't know if everyone's gonna like the sister character. She's got some unsympathetic qualities, but at the end of the chapter, I was like, I'm really sympathize with what she's going through and what the character is doing. I guess we'll find out if other people feel the same way. The other thing I'm trying to get much better at is making sure there is conflict in every scene. So that's something I sit down is when I start a new scene, I really start pushing to make sure that when we enter the scene, we're not entering too early, it's not sort of languishing, which is something that I tend to do when I overwrite, and let scenes kind of meander a little bit. I'm trying to get in right when the getting's good, and then trying to push and make sure that there is conflict pushing the story forward. One of the writing tenets that I'm very bad at sticking to is that the status quo of your characters, either their internal journey or what's happening around them, should not be the same at the end of a scene as it is at the beginning of that scene. It's something that I generally struggle with, but I think is going pretty well in at least today's outing, so we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking care of her over the next couple days, gonna try to get in some writing this week as well. I'll have an update for you in a moment. It's Friday. I didn't get any writing done yesterday. My girlfriend had some bad reactions to the medication, so sort of spent the day taking care of her. And then in the afternoon, when she was napping, when I should have written, I watched like 4 episodes of Daredevil, which is, I'm finally catching up on season 3. It's a good season. It's almost the same as writing, except instead of yielding content, I just absorbed it. So it's the opposite of writing. But today, on Friday, I woke up a little early, got some writing done in the bed, and I wrote 3,171 words. I don't have days this productive, generally, and just sitting in the bed, even, sitting at home, I've got my dog, I've got the TV, I'm sitting on my laptop, and I've got really good internet. Like, there were a lot of reasons I did not expect to be this productive this morning, but I got a good chunk of writing in today. I don't feel as confident in one scene. I think there was an argument between some characters that I worry felt a little staged or a little forced, but I think the meat of it is there. I just worry that how it portrays the characters, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, people do have arguments for dumb reasons, and that is true to life, but it needs to feel earned in the story, so I can't tell if that worked. I'll have to revisit that in the revisions, but I renamed a character twice today, but even with renaming the character twice, I was still able to get a lot of writing in today, so I'm feeling pretty good about how this week turned out. Even though I took Tuesday and Thursday off, I definitely made up for it and broke 1,000 every day of the week, and I mean, I got a lot better than that, actually, for Wednesday and Friday. Heading into the weekend, I generally don't try to do a ton of writing, but we'll see. Monday being Memorial Day, I'm going to try to get a lot of writing in that day because I've got really no excuse not to. Maybe I can even get more than today. I'm not going to try to get more than today, but I'm going to try to get a lot in. That's it for this vlog. If you enjoyed this, do the YouTube thing. Subscribe and sign up for notifications with the bell and other things. YouTube things. All of them. All of the YouTube things. Anyway, bye.